Today is November the 20th, 2024. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster update. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today, and there's no news on the emulator. We're all caught up on that. As far as the Katakawa situation goes, they've made a statement saying, yes, it's true Sony wants to acquire them, but a decision has not been reached yet. So let's just hope that it doesn't go that way. That's about all we have for that. So real quick, I'll go over the Game Awards nominees and what I think should win and what I think will win. The bottom three esports categories, I could not care less about. VR games, don't care. Sports racing, don't care. Best sim strategy, not my genre. Best family, not my genre. Best community support, I'm going to say Baldur's Gate 3 maybe, because they did just recently launch that modding tool, which was like a big ask from the community. I could see Baldur's Gate winning it for that. Innovation and accessibility, Dragon Age or Star Wars, sure, whatever. They're the generic Western games. They usually go for that. Best fighting, this should go to Tekken 8. If Sparking Zero snipes this, it will be so sad. Best action, I think this is probably gonna go to Space Marine 2 or Wukong. I do not think that Helldivers 2 will get it. There's no shot Call of Duty gets it. What is that even doing here? I think it's either between Wukong and Space Marine. I don't think Stellar Blade takes it either. Best action adventure. This is a weird category. I feel like half the games from action could be here as well. But if I had to pick what's going to win this, I think it's going to be either Astrobot or Silent Hill 2. I think there's a non-zero chance something weird happens and like Zelda just sneaks it. But for right now, I'm going to say I don't think that's going to happen. Content Creator of the Year. This probably goes to Casio. Games for Impact. This probably goes to Hellblade 2. It's the most mainstream out of all of these. Best role-playing game. This one, I think Metaphor ReFantazio should win. I think Shadow of the Erdtree is going to win. I think Metaphor ReFantazio should win. I think it's going to go to Shadow of the Erdtree. Most anticipated game is going to go to GTA 6. Best debut indie and best independent game. Both of these are going to Balatro. Both of them. Best multiplayer. Probably Helldivers 2. If I had to guess. Probably Helldivers 2. Best adaptation, this is going to go to Arcane or Fallout. Best audio, this probably goes to Silent Hill 2 or Hellblade 2. Best score and music, I think this goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I was hesitant for a second, but thinking about it now, this should be the freest layup in this entire award show. It should go to Final Fantasy VII, and it's not even close. Best performance, I'm going to settle on Brianna White from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I feel like it shouldn't have been Brianna in the spot. Brianna does great. God knows she does. But John Eric Bentley is Barrett. I have to say John. I think I like Cody Christian's Cloud more. Don't get me wrong. She's great. She's definitely my third spot. But John was too good at conveying the emotions Barrett shows in the original game and how he shows them in Rebirth. I think John Eric Bentley should take it as Barrett. Even though he's not here, I would give it to John. Out of who is here, I would give it to Brianna. Best narrative. I'm a little surprised to see Rebirth here because it's not the whole narrative. And while I love Rebirth, I would not have put it in this spot. As for what I think is going to win it, I'm going to say Silent Hill 2 or Yakuza. That's what I think is going to win. Best mobile game, this is going to go to Balatro. Best art direction, this one is going to go to Shadow of the Erdtree, 100%. I don't think there's any way Shadow of the Erdtree does not take that category. Best ongoing, this is going to be between FF14 and Fortnite. Okay, so now we're down to the last two. Best game direction and game of the year. I think Shadow of the Erdtree will win one of these. Rebirth will win the other. For best game direction, I think Shadow of the Erdtree is going to win. Why? Because Hidetaka Miyazaki is the biggest directing name in the games industry at the moment. There's no one bigger than Miyazaki. He released a gigantic expansion. Whether you loved it or not, he released it. It's going to win. It's nominated. It's here. This is going to go to Shadow of the Erdtree. All day long, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays. This definitely goes to Shadow of the Erdtree. There are some other good nominees here. Balatro, Astrobot, Wukong, Metaphor, and Rebirth. I think it goes to Shadow of the Erdtree. Then there's Game of the Year. Exact same nominees. Astrobot, Balatro, Wukong, Shadow of the Erdtree, Rebirth, Metaphor. I don't think Astrobot takes it. There's a non-zero chance something really weird could happen and Balatro could sneak it. There's a non-zero chance, and that terrifies me. Black Myth Wukong, I don't think will win. While I think there's some things in Black Myth Wukong that are impressive, like the sheer amount of bosses and the graphics were very impressive. I think that everything else in this game is too underwhelming. And I don't think the critical reception was good enough to really make it win at all. Next up is Shadow of the Erdtree. I think it's either going to be this or the next one. Shadow of the Erdtree has a really good chance of winning this. I don't think it should even be in Game of the Year. The other categories, I think that's fine, but I don't think it should be in Game of the Year. I don't. But I think this has a very good chance to win. The next one I think has the best chance is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think Rebirth does take this category. I think Shadow of the Erdtree takes Best Game Direction. Rebirth takes this. Rebirth was reviewed too highly at the start of the year, and people still love it. I see a lot of people on Twitter really pushing for it, and plus Rebirth recently, got that those extra brownie points with the PS5 Pro, and now it runs in a buttery smooth 4K 60. Game looks great, textures upgraded, better than we could have ever hoped on a PS5 Pro. So I definitely do think that this goes to probably Rebirth. The last one is Metaphor. I don't think Metaphor takes it. I think this is the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth dub for Game of the Year. So anyways, gonna go ahead and get out of here. I just wanted to go over the nominees for that. We might touch on them again as we get closer in the coming weeks, or the next 2 weeks for the Game Awards, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. That's been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for November the 20th, 2024. Forgot what day it was for a second there.